Welcome back to MJL 3764, collecting Elvis on vinyl and compact disc. Today will be a CD showing. So I've taken this box set from the shelf. This was released in 2001 and it's called Elvis Live in Las Vegas. It's a 4 CD box set. And well, let's take a look at the hype sticker. Deluxe 4 CD box set, 32 page booklet, rare photos, first comprehensive collection of Elvis's legendary appearances in Las Vegas from 1956 to 1975, includes 86 performances, 53 previously unreleased, 2 new songs, digitally remastered and remixed for superior sound, a must-have collectible for Elvis fans everywhere. So you've got 53 unreleased performances on here and 2 new songs. The 2 new songs at the time were When the Snow is on the Roses and You're the Reason I'm Living. The first one, When the Snow is on the Roses, is an audience recording, and You're the Reason I'm Living is a soundboard. These were new at the time officially. If you had bootlegs, you probably would have heard these songs before. That's in the long box. Let's take a look at the booklet first before we take a look at the CDs. CDs look like that, all have different colours. So excuse my hands as we go through the booklet. Nice booklet, plenty of information. Nice pictures, some a bit blurry, but they look like they were taken by fans in Vegas, so they were probably included for their rarity value. This features 2 complete shows, one from 1969, one from 1970. And other tracks recorded in Vegas. Some nice pictures there. And the other 2 CDs in the back. And there's the back with all the track listings. So let's have a look at CD1. Well, CD1 is from August the 24th, 1969. The dinner show runs for 62 minutes. That's on disc 1. It's a very good show, unreleased at the time, apart from 1 track which was Heartbreak Hotel, which was issued on the Collector's Gold box set. That was the version you found on there. But the rest was all unreleased. That was an unreleased show at the time. And there's a track listing for that show. As you can see, they've put the monologue at the end, so I don't know what you I can understand why they've done it. These are quite fast-paced shows, and maybe they thought that 6 or 7 minutes in the middle of a show might slow the show down a little bit, so they've tagged it on at the end. But being a completist, I would really have rather them left that where it was, which I believe was before Baby What You Want Me to Do. A very good show. All the shows Elvis did in 1969 were superb. Again, when this box set came out, I heard so-called fans saying, "Oh no, not live in Las Vegas." Well, that was a terrible part of Elvis's career. Well, I think it was a fantastic part. Certainly 1969, 70, 71 and 72, I think were fantastic. Some fantastic material come from these years in Las Vegas. So I was very happy at the time that this was coming out. Now the 1969 shows are all now out. But as I said at the time, that was an unreleased show, but they're all on this one, this 11 CD box set. Features the 11 shows that RCA recorded in August 69. So again, for completists, that's the one to get. We'll look at that on another date, but at the time, very nice to have this show. CD 2 features the complete August the 11th, 1970 midnight show with When the Snow is on the Roses tagged on to the end of the CD, which I believe was August the 24th. It runs for 68 minutes. CD 2, and there's a track listing. Great show. Nice performances of There Goes My Everything, Just Pretend. Now, some of this was issued before. 4 tracks was issued from this show on this release from 1995. Walk a Mile in My Shoes. They were featured on disc 5, the Elvis Presley show. And they were the short poem, One Night, Heartbreak Hotel and Something. Those were the 4 tracks which we had previously from that show. I believe One Night is the version on the new That's the Way It Is, the revamped That's the Way It Is DVD, and Something, here it says Something Master. If you listen to this very carefully at the beginning, it is slightly edited to the version that's on here. Hot damn. So there you go, another great show. This again was unreleased at the time, but all these shows now, there's 8 shows on this box set, 8 CDs, 2 DVDs. There's a track listing, and there's that show on here as well. This is a superb release. We'll show this at another date. Very expensive, but to me this is one of my favourite years of Elvis, 1970, so just had to get that box set. Disc 3 runs for 68 minutes and features 23 tracks, and to me this is where the problems start, as all the tracks on this disc have been previously released. And we're now going backward. The last disc featured Elvis's 3rd stint in Vegas, August 1970. This one goes back to his 2nd in February 1970, although it does include some of the January-February 1972 Vegas tracks as well, which is probably why it's on disc number 3. So, taking a look at the track listing. You'll see it's nearly an upgrade of the Onstage album. That's the original Onstage CD. And if you bought the upgrade, it looked like that. But some of the dialogue from the original album or CD was missing from this, and some was added. So they do like to muck about, and some of the dialogue which is on here is not on here. And it isn't exactly the same CD. We've used all the bonus tracks on the end. In the Ghetto, Don't Cry Daddy, Kentucky Rain, Can't Stop Loving You, Suspicious Minds and Long Tall Sally. These are all featured on this box set. But they have edited out the 69 tracks, which was Runaway and Yesterday, which are featured on this disc. So it is slightly different. It's basically this album with the 2 tracks missing, Runaway, Yesterday, Hey Jude. And to make matters even worse, the last track's on here. Never been to Spain, You Gave Me a Mountain, It's Impossible, It's Over, Hound Dog, Little Sister Get Back, Big Hunk of Love, Impossible Dream and An American Trilogy, all featured on this album, or CD I should say, from 1999, Burning Love. So if you had these releases, you had all of this disc. Okay, it's been remixed and remastered. Is it worth it? I don't know. Knowing the material we do have from the on stage now out on FTD, I think they could have made that a complete unreleased disc quite easily. This is the only FTD I have of the on stage material. There is another one called On Off Stage, which I refused to buy. It was a single disc and a lot of it was released previously, and I think basically it was a blatant rip-off. You've also got the opening and closing shows, which I didn't buy because I'm waiting for this one to come out as a complete set. I'm sure FTD or Legacy are going to issue the complete February 1970 recordings. So I'm waiting for that now. They've fleeced us enough out of this material. The next step has got to be a box set of all this stuff. So if that comes out, hopefully I'll buy it. But at the time, yeah, I was a little disappointed with this disc because I had all the material on it. Let's go on to disc 4. CD 4 features 24 tracks and runs for 74 minutes. The first 4 tracks are Elvis's first stint in Vegas, the New Frontier Hotel, which was first issued on the Elvis Presley box set LP in 1980. This is the CD version. And the other 20 tracks were unreleased soundboards from 1974 and 75. In light of what I just said about released material on this box set, great to have unreleased stuff, but to be honest, in my opinion, they could have picked some better sounding soundboards, because these ones all sound a little bit duff to me. Some great live versions, but the sound quality, in my humble opinion, leaves a little bit to be desired. But it was nice to have unreleased material on this box set. Now, I have to gripe, of course, if I was doing this CD compilation, if you're doing Elvis's Live in Vegas, a complete collection, personally, with the material available, I'm sure they've got almost every Vegas engagement on soundboard. I would have done every year, because you've got 3 years missing here. There's nothing from 1971, there's nothing from 1973, and there's nothing from 1976. So personally, I would have done the 56, the New Frontier stuff, and then gone through the years 69 to 76. That would have been the way I would have done it. Then every year that Elvis played Vegas would have been represented. As I say, I'm sure they've got all this material on soundboard. They've certainly got some great sounding soundboards from 1973. So that's how I would have done it personally. So every year would have been represented. Quick summary, all in all, apart from my criticisms, this was a pretty good box set when it was issued in 2001. It was also issued in LP format as 5 LPs, but unfortunately I changed over to CDs by then, so I didn't buy the LP version of it, which goes for quite a price at them in today's money. So thank you for watching, and just remember, until the next time, while there's music, life's no waste.